Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very, very much for coming out tonight. Just going to talk about our music and how we can redefine our music going into the 21st century. Some of us get up at 4:30 in the morning, drive 2 hours to teach 7 kids in a middle school whose only band time is 1 hour before school. This is going to be the first of 5 different school bands we direct today. And Ricardo, the trombonist and our only bass instrument, is not here again because playing trombone is the only thing he likes to do, and his parents punish him for teasing his sister by taking him out of band. And some of us will be bringing 3 broken clarinets home after parent-teacher conferences to stay up half the night fixing keys and pads because there are no luthiers within 50 miles. And even if there was, there's no budget for it. And still others have the best band in the state, a French horn section that is the pride of Kentucky. But Mrs. Lutz is insistent on making her kid the first horn, no matter what the auditions say. Emails to you, your principal, the school board, other band parents, basically everybody but the governor. And Mrs. Lutz also happens to be the head of your booster group and your biggest contributor. Others of us will be stuck in band room 1 hour and counting after the last rehearsal with 2 meat-headed members of the lower brass section, Matt and Trayvon, because they started fighting in rehearsal over a clarinetist that doesn't like either one of them. Last month, they were arguing over who got the silver euphonium. What about, you have just arrived at the biggest football game of the year, and all of your sticks and mallets are missing. All of the drums have been detuned, and the tuning keys are with the sticks. Out of the corner of your eye, you glimpse little round-headed Charlie in the trumpet section being congratulated for pulling off a good one. The pep band for your basketball games is comprised of an ad hoc committee of students. They provide general excitement and play simple cheers for students. At the last game of the season, they're called upon to play the national anthem, and it falls apart right in the middle of it because no one except David, a lone clarinetist, can play it without the music. The students of the other team begin jeering and teasing the band. Unbeknownst to you, as you enjoy a rare on-time dinner at home with your family, a spirited but less than serious segment of your band makes your whole ensemble the laughing stock of the school. Amy, it's a beautiful kid who's one of your hardest workers, has just messed up an important trumpet solo in a big competition. She is crying and inconsolable, believing she is the reason that you will not make the marks the band deserves. She has let everyone down. While Bud Sneck, your principal, is a former varsity wrestling coach who hates the band. He is always giving your program less and less money, the worst teaching schedule, and a band room with defective air conditioning and heating. He refers to band members as nerds and wimps at best. Your school culture is also that way. Cool kids don't want to be a band dork. And the kids in your band are disrespectful due to poor home training and want you to play music that means something to kids today. They submit a list of songs that feature people talking and cursing. Even though they have convinced you, you honestly cannot find enough music in the selections to arrange for a full band. They accuse you of being a hater. And still others have called the last of the parents and business people in the area. You have just 2 more days to go, and you need $400 more to take the band on a trip to Chicago. You don't have anything else to advertise the name on. Maybe someone else will come through. You've already cut half of your family vacation. One of your most soulful saxophonists, Melissa, is in an abusive family situation. She has asked if she can sleep in the band room for the 3rd time this month. You've repeatedly sent her to the school counselor to no avail. One meeting with her mother, and you understand, boy, there's a lot more larger issues here. You realize that you may actually be her last line of defense. Yes, there are always larger issues. It always costs to field a band, and the price is so much more expensive than the dollar amount and can only be paid in time. It can only be paid in interest. Time and courage to engage each and every situation with integrity and enthusiasm. That is the most important thing. They say of the sounds it takes the most courage to face: fire on the battlefield, the screaming of approaching sirens, the roar of a tiger in the wild, all these other things that are supposed to be cut out, the admonishments of an expressive spouse, an elementary school band in full flight is the most formidable sound you could possibly face. But bands of all ages can test your will, from the adolescent awkwardness of a middle school band to the downright honorousness of a full high school ensemble. This is not a job for the faint of heart. You tell me what teacher of any other class or elective would possibly be asked to abandon educational objectives to do what the kids want to do. It's unheard of in math or history, and it's even unthinkable in football. It's commonplace in band. A band director has the most complex job in the educational ecosystem. In order to have a successful band, she has to negotiate the roles of leader, teacher, performer, parent, luthier, cheerleader, referee, counselor, and politician by cajoling, convincing, coercing, compromising, encouraging, and ultimately creating a community in the service of music. But almost all of us who are directors here have been musicians and intimately involved with music for most of our lives. We often remember our directors and our private teachers, while the mere mentioning of a name can channel the intensity of our first love of music, or perhaps cause us to recall that slow progression from lukewarm participant to enthusiastic band member to eventually enlightened purveyor of the values we all share through music.